What's up guys, here's Twin here, hope you're doing well. Today we're building a copy of the EJ20T engine with a big old twist. Let's get into it. So the materials we're going to be utilizing for the block and head today is aluminum or aluminium. Personally it's one of my favorite materials because it's light and strong. Bore and stroke on this engine is going to be a 92mm bore and a 75mm stroke, or just under 2 liters of displacement in total, or if you like cc's, 1994 cc's in total. Head we're going to be utilizing dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, plus 15 quality. Let's get to the crankshaft. Bullet steel crank, lightweight titanium conrods, forged pistons, harmonic dampener, plus 15 quality. We are going to utilize VVT for now as well as VVL for now, plus 15 quality. You know the deal by now. That's just the way we work. Then we're going to move on to the turbocharger. Turbochargers can be real interesting because we're going to utilize a single turbo and we don't have twin scroll technology, we have variable geometry. As you can see on the twin turbo system we do have twin scroll technology, but we're not doing that. We're keeping it as close to the original as possible. So the next thing we're going to be working on is the fuel system. So we're going to go multi-point EFI, we're going to go single configuration because we have the weird manifold like that one. It looks brilliant, but no, we need the one that looks close to the Subaru one, like that one, and that's the one we're going to be utilizing today. As you can see, when we go over to per cylinder, we don't have the crossover manifold like we have with single configuration. That's the closest we come, so no. I like the standard mid, it looks awesome, but that's not the one we're using. We're using the variable today. The fueling, we're going to use some real spicy fuels, I like to call it. So we are going to utilize some E100 fuel because it is the perfect mid-tier type fuel. And we're going to make a bunch of power on it. We're going to move on to the exhaust headers next. So we're going to go for a race setup with no cat, no muffler, no second muffler, plus 15 quality. And let's get into the top end again. So I'm lowering the spring and lifter tension just a little bit. We're going to add some cam profile into the engine and then we're going to move on to balance this engine to see if we can make the RPM idle just a little lower. Around there it is, as far as it possibly can go. Moving on back to the turbo, add a little bit of boost into the engine. So I'm just going over the engine now, just ensuring that everything looks as good as possible. For how far we have come, we're up to 650 horsepower now. That is looking awesome. Going back to the top end, I'm gonna move the VVL sliders a little bit around, as well as add some more VVL RPM into it. I'm just gonna remove the whole system. I think it's just a little bit of a waste of time and complicates this engine just a little bit. By a little bit I mean a bunch of bit. That's even a word. Ooh, new words. Anyway, exhaust. So we're going to address some issues with the exhaust and the intake manifold because both of those looks like very restrictive. So 720 horsepower, that's looking brilliant. But like I said in the beginning, 750 plus horsepower is where we're going with this engine. Because why not? It's pretty reliable still. Looks like it anyway. Then we're going to move on to paint, and then after paint we're going to run this engine flat out, doing 2 pulls with the camera on the engine and then of course on the dyno graph, so we can see what is up. So this is going to be painted a chrome blue with a bright chrome red intake manifold, the way I like to do things, of course. So I'm going to time lapse it and then I'll see you at the end of the time lapse where we're going to run the engine. Let's move on to running this engine. It looks beautiful. Let's see what it sounds like. And it's very reliable. So yeah. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. It sounds awesome. And please do consider to like, share, comment and subscribe, because that really does help me out. Anyways guys, I'm gonna get out of here, so hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye guys.